Good morning. Hello, I'm Danny Gregory. Welcome to Draw With Me. That was an incredible cavalcade of postmen's wives that we will discuss in a second. I wanted to just start a slightly different way today because I have a plan for us to do what I call an art supply relay. And that's what we're going to do today. So I just wanted to tell you what that is because it'll take you perhaps a couple of minutes to just get ready, and we will waste some time while you do so. So an art supply relay is that you pick a bunch of different art supplies, 10 different art supplies, because we're going to do 10 little increments of the drawing today. So what you do is you just pick 10 completely random. The more random they are, the better. Different colors, different materials. You can see I have like a brush pen, I have acrylic markers, I have a rainbow pencil, I have fine liners, I have my watercolor standing by. I'm going to pick one color of watercolor and brush markers, various other things. So the idea is, and they're also different colors. So the point of this exercise is to just kind of throw you a curveball, to just force you to deal with surprises, and those surprises will create energy and fun and possibly a disaster, but we'll find that out in a second. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So speaking of a lot of fun, here's JJ.
Hi.
JJ, so you're a fan of the art supply relay.
I love an art supply relay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of heart pounding because you just kind of grab something and then you hope that you can figure out what to do with it. And a lot of times, it just changes everything and screws everything up.
I think it helps. It helps to not focus so much on the result, right?
That's true.
Because you're sort of in the moment, like, what's up with this?
Right.
I just picked up this marker, and it is, how is it going to work? How is it going to line up with the watercolors and the colored pencils and the brush pen and all of that stuff. So
it's true, and you could suddenly find that you've changed it in a way that you're not that happy with, and then the next art supply is to come in and kind of rectify the situation.
It's like,
yeah. So
every opportunity is a mystery.
It's true. It's kind of like Russian roulette, except with art supplies. So you never know when you spin what's it called when you spin the spinner thing on the gun.
The roulette wheel? Oh,
roulette
the barrel.
Wheel. The barrel. Well, no, it's the.
Yeah, that's the barrel of the gun. No, you're right. That's
not. It's the.
It's really. I mean, we're not gun people, so
why
don't let's not try to be.
Right. So anyway, all right. So this is going to be. Let's see. Laura says OCD folks like me pulling items from color coordinated stacks, bins, and jars. Yes, I imagine.
Yep. You got to. Your
I don't want to give you a lot of
labels
time.
Are going to be all cattywampus.
I don't want to give you too much time to do this. It's going to be a challenge. But
yeah.
So last week we did this painting by Van Gogh. It's sort of called Lullaby. It's called various things, but it's basically a painting of a woman who lived in his town, and he painted her against this crazy wallpaper. And I thought, I have to say, so many people did this exercise and did it phenomenally well. I mean, every single one of them was beautiful. There were so many interesting things that people did with them. It was just really rewarding to see all those. Didn't you think?
I mean,
it's always great, but this one particularly resonated with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I love Van Gogh, and I love how he inspires us. And so today we're going to be inspired by Van Gogh as well.
Yeah, the colors were nice, I think. And I think we just didn't want to let that go.
Yeah.
We didn't want to, we kind of talked about doing dinosaur bones, and it was like, no, let's do something colorful again.
We will do dinosaur bones. We will.
Maybe next week. We
will, yes. We'll come back to that because that's fun too. But so let's have a look. So this is the subject of our project today. It's not this particular painting probably, but this is the postman Rollin, who's the husband of the woman we painted last week. And Van Gogh just loved him. He painted him, in fact, 9 times. And he painted his whole family. When you look at this whole lineup of Rollin family pictures, you'll see a lot of really familiar paintings because he painted their teenage son, and he also painted their baby, and he painted the postman's wife as well. But he loved this postman. He compared him to Socrates, and I just thought he would make an interesting subject. And so I'm thinking that I'm probably going to take this piece on the left as the representative, but I want us to go wild because I think Van Gogh would appreciate that. And if you look at if you look at the beard, you just see all the stuff going on, all the colors, the lines. You see the background. There's just a lot of stuff going on here, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to do this. So this is the postman Rollin. Van Gogh painted his wife a few times. I think his wife didn't particularly like him. In fact, there's an example where Gauguin and he both painted Madame Rollin, and they said that like she locked eyes with Gauguin, but she kind of didn't really like Van Gogh and kind of looked away from him a lot. So, but I find in general, Van Gogh really wanted to learn how to paint portraits. He had been painting landscapes up until this point, but he really thought that portraits were the most challenging and interesting thing to do as an artist. So, I think his portraits the people tend to be a little resting bitch face, a little sort of like, right? They're just sort of sitting there glazed over, and he's kind of capturing that. I know that look, but that is what we're going to work on today. So the plan is to...
Now that you've practiced this wallpaper,
yes,
you should be able to knock it out rather easily today.
And if you want to, I mean, he painted him against other backgrounds as well. And he also clearly seemed to have made up this wallpaper by and large. So feel free to do whatever you want. If you don't want to paint another piece of wallpaper, but you want to focus on his beard, or if you want to do anything you want. So the idea is that each of these things is going to be 3 minutes long. We're going to have 3 minutes with each random art supply that we pick. And then at the end of it, we'll have time to go back and fix things and just, don't feel like pressure.
You want to zhuzh it.
Yeah, so if you feel like, oh, this is kind of a nightmare.
Some bits won't make sense. That's sort of
and
natural.
if you want to cheat, I don't care, cheat. But I think what I like about this, particularly with Van Gogh, is that he had so much energy in his strokes, in his colors, in his palette, lots of different things going on. And I think that doing this relay will be an opportunity to kind of experiment with that. So let us...
Hey, am I meant to be working a timer?
No, I got a timer built in.
Sweet.
Through the snazziness of my snazzeria.
Oh, that sounded like the drawer tipping over.
No, I'm just rearranging all these art supplies. So,
all right, so I think we've wasted enough time. Everybody's got their stuff?
Let's pick one. Let's pick a thing. I picked this orange pencil. So let's go, and we've got 3 minutes. Here we go. So what do you want to do? 3 minutes.
Where's the reference?
Where's the reference? The reference should be up there on the screen.
There we go.
So I'm just sort of drawing a general kind of outline rectangle to guide me. And this orange pencil is pretty faint. Turn up my light a bit. And so I'm just going to sort of draw him in loosely. And I'm hoping that this orange pencil will kind of disappear eventually. So it's not a terrible place to start. It's quite a beard. It's almost like a mustache gone berserk. So, but I'm not sure right now. I'm not feeling the wallpaper. So,
what?
Yeah, I'm just not feeling it.
That's a weird. I would have thought the
Things
wallpaper.
Things will change. Okay. But right now, this is kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm going. Maybe cinder block. Maybe I'll paint the Mona Lisa background. I don't know.
That feels like a real missed opportunity.
Yeah, I know. But
gives me pause.
Mr.
Gregory.
That's what you have in common with our dog. So
you just want to focus on that beard.
I don't know if any of you guys have long drawn out battles with your significant others about men's beards. Considering that I've been restrained and never grew one, you'd think that I'd have some leeway, but no. So, all right, so we've got about a minute left with this guy, and maybe it's time to stop drawing and start getting into it. His beard, the patterns of his beard they're like waves.
Yeah, it's like Starry, Starry Night.
It's true, and they're like swirls, starry, starry beard. It's a missed opportunity for, what was his name? McLean, who wrote that song?
I don't know.
You know the song Starry Night? Or is it called Vincent? You don't know the song?
I don't know the song.
There's a song about Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh.
Don't know it.
It's a very famous song. It's by the guy who wrote American Pie.
Okay.
You know that song?
I do.
Right. Were you too busy listening to Rush? All right, we're almost out. Oh, there we go. Time's up. Whew. Okay, so pencil down. Grab something else. I'm grabbing this marker.
Are you being deliberate about that, or are you kind of just grabbing what you grab?
I'm sort of grabbing what I grab.
Okay.
That is better. So yes, I'm grabbing this. It is like a peach-colored marker. And here we go. We're going back in for another 3 minutes. So, I am doing wallpaper. I'm doing it.
You got to. It's so gorgeous.
But I really didn't mean to do that. Okay. I'm still kind of sticking to real colors, and I got to stop that too. Because Van Gogh, this guy has a bright yellow face. It's hard to tell really when you look at reproductions of Van Gogh's. Like I was looking at these reproductions, and I found two, and I was like, it's amazing. He did these two are almost exactly the same, and then I realized they were exactly the same. It's just the quality of the photography had changed the colors so much. Like they say that if you look at the sunflowers, Van Gogh's sunflowers, they are super. They've just changed colors so much.
Well, when we were in Amsterdam last, we saw in the Van Gogh Museum they had a whole display of what the original sunflowers looked like.
Right, and how I don't know if he was kind of careless with his paint or whatever.
No, it was a byproduct of the time and the quality of the materials that were on offer in that period.
And we come to think of these colors as being, or these paintings as being a certain way. It's
like he made choices, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times, no, that's not really what happened at all. It's just he made a different choice. But then the choices that he seemed to have made become influential, and people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to paint things this way. It's like, I remember a while ago when they redid the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. They didn't redo it, but they cleaned it.
Right, restored it.
Yeah, and people were outraged by it.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. I remember I worked doing. I had a client who had done the air conditioning system in there, and we were doing some stuff about that, and people were so outraged that they felt like somebody had come in and repainted those things, repainted the paintings. But that's not what happened at all. It's actually that they took off 500 years of cigarette smoke and just sweat and car breathing, like people would praying, people praying loudly, and
probably candle smoke.
Candles, right? Exactly. All that stuff. And so they cleaned it all off, and when they did, they discovered that it was actually much brighter, much almost cartoony in some ways.
I wonder how long it took to get dirty again.
Yeah, it's probably dirty already by now. Well, but they limited access. When you go to the Sistine Chapel now, it's like you can't. They limit how many people can go in at a time.
Can't touch the ceiling anymore?
You can't. You got to leave your cigar out in the hallway. All right. I'm grabbing something else. Ooh, here I'm going. I'm going big.
Is it always going to be 3 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a problem?
No, I just wanted to
That
know.
way we end up with 30 minutes altogether.
So what is this? An acrylic marker?
This is an acrylic, an Edding acrylic paint marker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's bold, I know.
How big is that nib?
Yeah, it's huge.
It's crazy.
I know.
That's going to be great for that background.
Yeah, it's acrylic paint, so you can kind of work on top of it. And yeah, it's not completely covering those lines underneath. That's good.
Did you know it would do that, or that's
No,
just a rant?
I had no idea. I was afraid that I was going to completely paint over all those flowers, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this for 3 minutes, though, because it's covered the entire picture in.
I mean, are you going to go over
seconds.
the jacket?
Yeah, maybe I should. Ugh. Well, I guess it'll pull the room together, as they say in The Great Lebowski.
Again, it's opportunity for a mystery.
Yeah, it is sort of interesting. I've never really.
Have you ever used that marker before?
Yeah, I've used these acrylic markers before, and it is.
I mean, do you use those in your sketchbook?
Yes, it's a heavy. Do you remember we did a draw with me once that was about bright colors. What was the name of that School of Art? Do you remember? I'm blanking on it right now because I'm concentrating.
Oh, I do know what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm not going to think of it either. Jen is wondering if it changes the surface texture like gouache.
It's not really. It is definitely blending into. This is mixed media paper, and it is blending in there. But I think it's kind of a cool effect, and it's sort of merging with this orange in an interesting way. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to just cover his face with it as well.
Do it. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to end up with basically, a green square, but no, it's not bad. It's kind of cool. I don't think I would have known how to get this effect otherwise.
Oh, Jeannie wins. Fauvism.
Fauvism, right.
Whoop, whoop. Gotta love a person who
has a memory.
No, who has shown up for
That's true.
so many. That was at least a year ago, Jeannie. So bravo.
Yeah, that was a good one. Whew, thank God. Get out of here. Done. Dunzo. All right, now for something completely different. JJ's favorite, the rainbow pencil.
Magic pencil.
The magic pencil. So the magic pencil
Oh, look at the tip. You must have sharpened it.
I did. I sharpened it
That
this
looks
morning.
look at though how that pencil seems to match the colors. Look at its outer shell.
It's true.
Like it's really weirdly
It's
simpatico.
true. Did you hear that dog?
Twiglet. Oh, baby.
So, yeah. So, I'm kind of...
Hey, Grace Afridi's here.
I've sort of stopped looking at the reference, and I probably should go back to that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to start doing... Gauguin. Van Gogh also drew this postman a number of times. I think there's like 3 or 4 drawings that he did of him as well. As I said last week, Van Gogh loved to draw, and so much of his painting feels like drawing. There's a lot of line work in his drawings. I wonder what it was like having a beard thing like this.
Yeah, we know.
Must have been really unpleasant. Probably kind of smelly, do you think? He's a rural French postman.
Yeah,
He's probably out there like in the hot sun,
people
carrying
were
around
generally less I mean, I think it's subjective. You know, I think in modern times, I think people are probably overdoing it in the other direction. But
Well, I told you that thing I discovered that most Americans didn't brush their teeth until after World War II.
yeah.
They didn't wait until after World War II. All right, the war's over. I'm going to brush my teeth now.
Yeah, what was
No,
the?
it just
It
wasn't a
was
thing.
like mass marketing at that point.
Well, yeah, mass tooth loss. I think it was probably, people when they were in the army, they were told, like, you must brush your teeth. And they were like, wait, what? Brush my teeth?
I think it was that the media channels started opening up and people were middle class and they were buying these kind of products. It wasn't just tooth powder. It started becoming brands of toothpaste.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
former ad man, you ought to know this.
I know, it's true.
I think this magical pencil has really turned this cruise ship around for you.
It's true.
I'm a little sad you're not going to have time to use it on the background.
Oh, I might. Oh, and I have 9 seconds, so no. It is. It's interesting because it's now turning into the orange. So, okay. All right, magical pencil down. What have we got next? We've got this. A brush pen, an Ecoline brush pen. Phew. All right, tough choice. Because it's more orange.
Did you deliberately pick orange out of your kit, or you just grabbed it?
No, I mean, I like orange, but no.
Because it's kind of interesting you had an orange pencil and now an orange marker.
I know, and that brush pen underneath is kind of orange. So, yeah. No, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, honestly, this is not the normal kind of drawing that I would do, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? This looks like something new, something different. And that's the cool thing about a relay, is you could end up kind of creating a new thing where you say, you know what, I did this by accident, but now I sort of want to try to take this further, more consciously, less randomly. See, or is the randomness an essential part of it? I don't know.
I like what just happened with the hat there. I mean, do you feel like you're going to have any ability to impart any blue into the hat and the coat, or you don't know?
I've got a big blue acrylic thing standing by.
Okay.
So yeah, that's probably going to happen. I mean, it's ending up being this weird orange thing, but he did have a yellow face, so. It's also interesting is I'm really not looking at the reference anymore.
Well, I was going to say, are you, because you're doing a thing now, I wasn't going to criticize, but you often talk about how people draw symbols instead of observing a thing to draw it as it actually is. So you're kind of starting to make these little squiggly flowers instead of looking at the wallpaper and...
Yeah, I am off the reservation. I'm just doing whatever feels right to me at this moment. And I don't really care.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So this when I look at it on camera, it looks much more intense than it really does to me here. But
You got a strong light on it, is that why?
could be the angle too. When you look at something lying flat on an angle, it looks very different than when you look at it straight down. So, but it's gonna get darker and more intense because I still have several things left to build on top of this.
I find it interesting that you made it kind of small on your page.
I know.
I'm not sure about that choice, but...
It was the camera.
Oh, I see.
The camera sort of requires me to do some things that I might not have done otherwise. Yeah, this pen is a little limited because it really just does one thing, kind of flat orange things. But good. Goodbye. Okay.
You published a lot with that.
With that orange?
Yeah.
I think? Yeah. All right, let's... okay, I'm going here. This is going to be tough. This could really, really, really cause a problem. But we're going to have to find out. Here we go.
Wait, this is a permanent marker?
This
what's
is
the
another
story with
acrylic,
this?
but this is dark blue.
Oh, I see. Different color.
And it's also smaller. But I think rather than like just painting huge slabs of dark blue, I'm going to try and kind of give it a bit of Van Gogh-ing.
A little cross hatching?
Yeah, just hatching lines.
Making marks.
Making marks, exactly.
Yeah, on my monitor at least it looks black.
Yeah, it is, well, particularly against the orange.
Right.
That's why I'm making these hatches so that you can see the orange through it, which hopefully will tone down the darkness.
Yeah.
Tone down the darkness. But maybe we'll add light next. Or maybe it'll be an utter messy disaster. That's fine too.
It's an opportunity for mystery. Just get that magical pencil out at the end and
Fix it.
rub it all over.
Get the magic going.
So have you used anything yet that's wet?
No, I have a brush standing by, and I have some watercolors, and I have also this bottle of drawing ink. So it's possible that will help the situation, or it also could activate a lot of the stuff which may not be waterproof.
Right.
So it could end up being
Problematic.
a new kind of nightmare.
There's something very nice happening with that hat. I was wondering, are you going to try to get the lettering in?
Maybe toward the end. I'm just afraid of doing too much with the wallpaper here with this dark color because I really want to keep it in the background.
Okay.
So. It's also, this brush is kind of dry, which makes for a different kind of texture. So,
Dip it in your coffee.
well, no, I have to be careful because if I get it too juicy, then it's just going to be super heavy gloppiness. So, thank God that's over.
That was tough.
All right, so I've done the magic pencil. I've done this thing. I have this red pencil. Maybe that's what has to come into play next. Apparently, because that's the gods gave me.
Want to have a coffee break or something? I feel like you're jamming through this real fast.
All right, well, I could take a break.
Well, it's up to you.
My hands are turning yellow. So this is a red. It's not a mechanical pencil exactly, but it is a plastic pencil.
What is it? Is it a zebra?
It's a zebra sensation. Yes, I think I'm going to just focus on the background now a bit. It's just turning into it's kind of like a limited palette thing. Was not at all my intention, but...
Well, that's what happens when you grab randomness.
Yeah, when you limit your palette, which is basically what I inadvertently did. Because you could control this more by saying, I'm going to really try and pick, you could say, I'm just going to pick 2 colors, and then I'm going to pick, 5 media from each color.
That's basically what you did so far.
Yeah, they're just not colors that I would ever normally put together. Lime green, orange, blue. I guess they're sort of related. It's just not a...
Nella wants you to use a glitter gel pen.
I
I don't think we have any of those.
Oops. I do, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you use it.
Yes, exactly. Channeling my inner 9-year-old girl. Well, I think I've caught his beard at least. What I like about what Van Gogh did is he really picked these sort of complements, the ochres of his beard and the dark blue of the jacket kind of go nicely together. I unfortunately am not allowed to do that. So, all right, so I'm going to, I guess, bring in some watercolor, but I'm only going to pick one color. So which color is it going to be?
You got to spin the wheel.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just pick this kind of ugly, it's not ugly, but might be ugly in this context, which is this teal. Teal, you say? Why? God knows. So yeah, so I'm just getting myself some teal. Not mixing it, I'm just getting it on the palette. Oh boy, what am I going to do with this now? The problem is if you end up just putting each color over everything, which is kind of what I've ended up doing. That's not at all.
I think that's because you're working so fast.
Well, I only have 3 minutes.
I understand, but
See, now this is activating these colors underneath. And
oh boy.
It's kind of creating new colors, which is sort of vaguely interesting. It's like a green, like a forest green is emerging. All right, I'm going to slow down. I'll slow down. There's no rush. I have 1 minute and 28 seconds left. How's yours coming? Are you cursing constantly or are you delighting in your discoveries?
I mean, people are quiet.
That's sometimes good. Could also mean that they've all left. Are you still there, guys?
So here's a comment that I think is worth reading.
Yeah, share it.
Antonella likes that you decided to do this in a sort of sporadic way because you're stepping far outside of your comfort zone by doing things and making things possibly, I might say, not as pleasing to your eye as you would have normally made it, which is the whole point of art in a sense, to kind of see if you can do things differently.
That's a very good insight.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to give up control to find new things. So some of the things you find aren't necessarily pleasing, but they'll still become applications. So like I've learned a bit about these media. I've also learned about this way of doing color and knocking color back. When I put that teal paint on top of this, it did something that I've never done before. So I've ended up making something that is sort of surprising.
Yeah.
So yes,
I think some people are commenting that perhaps 10 is too many.
6. Well, how much have we done now? 7.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of breathing room left on this image.
Oh,
Could you maybe go around the image?
you could do whatever you like. I think I'm gonna bring in this color, which is canary yellow. So I just want to.
What is it? Drawing ink?
It's drawing ink, yeah. We'll see what happens, but for now, I'm just gonna give it a second to sit, and then I have two things left. I have two black things. I have this black.
Why'd you save the two black things for the end?
I didn't really. It
You
just
didn't
kinda
do that on
happened.
purpose?
No, it just kind of happened. So I'm not sure. I might end up breaking the rules and not using the brush pen.
Well, you did say at the end you could zhuzh it. So you could just like get your gouache out.
Just paint over the whole thing. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Right.
Thrush says, trust the process, Danny.
Trust the process. All right. Do as I say, not as I do. All right. That's enough. Break's over. I think I'm going to have to. Should I do the yellow first? Yeah, I have to do the yellow. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something creative with that brush pen.
I mean, you could do some lettering, right, on the page.
That's true. I mean, so often the brush pen is my savior. It just sharpens things up and gives them focus. But in this case, I'm just a little worried that I already have too much focus, or not enough. Everything is in focus.
It slightly feels like it's on LSD.
Well, that's what they. Well, I mean, I'm channeling Vincent van Gogh. You don't think he would have?
I think
he had
if it had
absinthe.
been available to him, he certainly would have
Yeah, he had absinthe.
given it a shot.
Like there are people who say, oh, that the reason that he did the things that he did, like the Starry Night and the swirling skies, was because like he was seeing things that way. I just really don't agree with that at all. I think he studied pointillism, which was a big thing going on in Paris at the time. And I think this is his version of doing it. He didn't have perhaps Seurat's patience. Maybe that's what it was. I mean, Van Gogh knocked out most of his paintings in a day. That's why he's able to do so much, to learn so much. So I don't think he was out of his mind. I think he was experimenting. I think another part of him is also he liked to draw, and so he ended up using his brush work as line work. And that was unusual.
Yeah.
Usually you use paint to try to simulate reality. Yeah, so this drawing ink, I really like using these Winsor Newton drawing inks. I used to use Dr. P.H. Martin's watercolor that came in bottles. And those colors are really crazy. And I might go back to those again. I ended up buying the entire set of, I think, 150 different bottles. It was like my gift to myself one year. And I spent hundreds of dollars on these bottled inks, and they kind of changed my life, or at least my art life. Okay, so what do you think about that yellow? Helped a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is a Pentel brush pen. Let's see where it takes me in the next 3 minutes.
Is this the last 3 minutes?
No, we have one more after this.
Oh, Lordy.
All right, here I am cheating by using it to draw a frame.
It's not cheating. It's just having fun.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Good, the leaf blowers are here. So what I like about the brush pen so much is it is a really flexible, dark line. You know, it takes some practice to get used to it, but it allows you to make lines that are any thickness you want, any width you want. And it's not super controlled. It's not hard like a brush pen, like a draw liner would be. It is always flexible, and so you can really make all kinds of lines with it, all kinds of weights.
You can also paint with them. Remember when Chris Kaler showed us how to do that?
Yeah, that's true. Chris Kaler showed us how to use brush pens, particularly colored ones, and to layer them to create really beautiful art.
Dagger strokes. That's what I remember.
Dagger strokes.
Dagger strokes.
Yeah, so I'm a little, again, worried about this wallpaper. Worried about the wallpaper. It's not a sentence you say often, but unless you're an interior designer.
Worry is the wrong word.
Oh, I'm worried. Sweating the wallpaper.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, now I'm really not looking at all. And I'm just doodling.
Free forming.
All right, we have the final thing, which is I'm using a fat draw liner. Feels a little redundant, but
is this the last?
It's the last. Because what I'm feeling is I've lost in all these layers. I've lost all the swirliness in his beard. This pen is not happy. I'm gonna have to back it up. Get a replacement.
You got to get that Presto.
Yeah, the Presto might have to come into play. Maybe the Presto will be my 11th piece, my 11th friend. Yeah, I think these draw liners are just not happy working on top of this. On top of maybe it's the acrylics, or maybe, I don't know, maybe suddenly all my fine liners are drying up. It seems unlikely. Yeah, fine liner's not happening. Not happy. So I may have to chuck the fine liner. Just not going to do it. So all right, so I am going to bring in this guy. This is the Presto Jumbo Correction Pen. Sheesh. Again, another potential nightmare. Bringing a bazooka to a knife fight. Yeah, this is... I don't think Van Gogh ever used correction pens.
I bet he would have if they were available. He would have tried LSD, and he would have gotten
pens.
A couple of magical pencils, and he would have gone for the Presto pen.
I think you might be right. this is really quite something, this picture.
You think next week's pre-roll is going to be a lot of black squares?
Mush. We'll see. You know, it's all, I'm learning something. One of the things I'm learning is never do this again, but no, that's not true.
Well, there were a few people who thought 10 was too many.
Yeah.
I think the problem is you went too fast.
I know you keep saying that, but it's a very small drawing. And some of these materials are very big. I'm kind of liking this.
I mean, what would you think if you were just thumbing, say a year from now, you're thumbing through this sketchbook and you came to this, what would you think of it? What would your thought be about it?
My thought would be, hey, who's messing with my... who's messing with my...
Who made that? Twiglet?
Yeah,
Twiglet.
Oh, boy. All right. So, what do you think? 5 minutes of open...
Zhuzhing?
Doing whatever you want?
Yeah. I mean, I think a little lettering might be in order.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll put the picture back up, though.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
There it is. The dulcet tones.
Our friend the leaf blower.
Cromer. He's registered in the presence of ye old leaf blowers.
Yes. Love that leaf blower.
You know, for a brief time, we somehow got them to rearrange their schedule to show up a little bit later.
It's hot now, though, so it's
I know,
unfair to ask them to wait.
It is getting hotter, and they come earlier.
Yeah. So I'd rather that we got to listen to the symphony live.
We're going to go to a very cool thing tomorrow. Should we talk about it?
Sure.
So the Phoenix Symphony is having a thing called Mixtape. And it's the symphony playing Tupac, Biggie, I can't remember, there were a handful of others, and they said that the audience sings along. So I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be radical.
And do you think the audience will be capable of singing along?
I think they scrub any naughty lyrics and they give you the lyrics so that there's some way of following along.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll let you know next week how it goes.
All right, so I just used a little bit of watercolor to calm certain things down. And yeah, you know, it's not, let's just say this, it's not going to get any better. Metallic gold brush.
What is it?
It's a metallic gold brush.
Metallic gold brush. I couldn't hear you over the leaf blowers. I'm sorry.
So what I can do is I can turn some of these white spots into other things. Might help to calm things down a bit too. Yeah, so this turns the white. You don't lose the white, but it's no longer just white. Now it's gold as well. So. Yeah.
So no lettering, huh? No postus?
All right. All right. There's the title. Wait a minute, Monsieur Postman. Did that help? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I think I kind of maybe am liking it. It's not Van Gogh.
But it's original.
It's a Gregory original. So, all right. What do you think? Are you feeling good?
I feel great. I feel like I worried for you a little at certain moments.
Yeah, me too.
And as usual, you pulled off the high wire act. You did good. You did well. You did admirably in the face of adversity.
It's true.
Leaf blowers and all.
I think I did. This is what I did last week. And then this is what happened this week. Yeah, I mean, it's. I'll come back to it. I might love it tomorrow. All right, good. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
So, we are coming to the end. And I just want to say we want to see your postman. So please share them on Facebook, Instagram, or in the schoolyard and tag them #SBS. That stands for Sketchbook School. Draw with me. I write an essay every week and I send it out on Fridays. My essay this week is about sensitivity, being a sensitive artist. What does that mean? Why does it happen? And I hope you'll find it interesting. And to get it, just subscribe. It's free. Go to dannysessays.com. Tell me where you want me to send it. Your Illustrated Life, our new course, is ready to roll. And it starts a week from tomorrow. So if you have not had a chance yet, go and look at the Sketchbook School website. And you will find, you'll also find a link below that will give you some more details about this. And if you're interested at all in turning your life into a gorgeous 64-page illustrated memoir, I'm going to show you how.
Maybe more.
Maybe more. Maybe
There's a lot of stuff.
Maybe the first
a
volume.
lot of stuff.
The first volume will be 64 pages. Maybe there'll be more to follow. So,
yeah.
And then of course subscribe to this channel, and then you will know when we get together again, which will be next Thursday.
We might be out of town.
Might be.
We're not sure yet.
We're not sure. We'll let you know. But
Yeah.
It's possible we might not be able to be here. But if not, then we will be back, as always, to draw with you every Thursday. And thanks for taking a risk with me today and trying out something new. It's the key to feeling confident and happy with your art. So, all right. We will see you again next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.